Well, what are you doing your best at? What are you doing your best? What? We just did it at the same time. We really did it at the same time.
We did it at the same time.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Hear me?
Oh, yeah. I got it. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. We did it.
We did it. We could hardly begin this morning. We're having technology is not being our friend.
Seems crazy, but it's true. Seems just wild, but
Seems
it
wild. I have
happened.
seen a lot of people, I mean, I know, we always say like Mercury retrograde will affect
Sure.
technology, but I've seen a lot of people that have been like, has anyone noticed that Wi-Fi hasn't worked good for like 2 years? And I'm like, I have noticed that. Thank you for bringing it up. I have noticed that.
I've noticed that as well. I have to say, I don't think, things just aren't. Systems are flailing. I might say, I think they're flailing. The systems.
I'm not going to argue with you.
No. How could you? I actually don't think you could. Because it is where we're at right now. This is a crazy fucking time. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I got my teeth cleaned yesterday.
Brilliant.
That's
great. Fantastic.
That's doing something, right?
Sure. I have to go to Sweden tomorrow. That's also doing something.
That's exciting.
Also saw John again yesterday.
Don't mention his name because I don't have time to edit the podcast that deeply.
Did you edit it out? Did you edit it out last week?
Yes.
I didn't listen yet.
Every single mention, everything. It took hours. It took fucking years.
I'm so sorry. Years off your life. I mean, it's taken years off mine as well. So you don't have to edit this part. We just leave it. We can just leave it in. It's fine. Guys, here's the deal. Sometimes we edit things out. Caissie spends hours and years and lifetimes editing things out. For me, anyway.
It's because sometimes, here's the thing, and I happily do this. Sometimes when we're making a show with someone, like a TV show or a podcast, sometimes you talk about things and then you're like, why did I talk about that? Like, it's not what I was trying to do. And so I don't, and it's never anything that spicy. That's the funny thing. It's just like people just they're like, why did I even bring that up? So I always will happily cut it out. And usually it doesn't take that long. But if you let it go on for too long, then it starts to weave into every conversation. And then things start to not make sense when you take like one part out, and it's like when you pull a thread on a blanket that you were knitting or whatever. So so anyway, that's boring inside baseball about when you're making podcasts and TV shows.
Yes. But I have to go to Sweden tomorrow to get Birdie, to bring her back to the United States. Although at this point I'm like,
are you excited to go to Sweden?
Should we stay?
Still? Or what?
I didn't want to go to Sweden this time. Because you know what? So the agreement has been just this year that I was going to drop her off at school.
Okay.
And then Mark was going to pick her up because you know what? I don't love packing.
Right.
I do like setting up a cute dorm room.
Yes. Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
You don't like dismantling a cute dorm
I don't
room.
like dismantling it, making sure we got everything. And that's not where I want to be. But because Mark's doing a job that's very exciting, and I don't think we're going to talk about. But whatever, it doesn't matter. At some point, someone will talk about it, and then you'll know.
Yeah.
But they're working. He's working. He's firmly ensconced.
Right.
in a big job,
Right.
which is fan-fucking-tastic.
You guys should have got a third parent.
Well, I've long said I needed a wife.
A third parent just to be like, oh, the actual second parent is unexpectedly or expectedly, fortunately, great problem to have.
It is a great problem to have to
Yeah.
be working, especially right now.
But it
But
doesn't
so
mean
anyway-
that it makes you want to go take that dorm room apart anymore
No.
than you
But I
did.
weirdly think she's doing I think she did a good job, I think. But because she called me today and she was like, I'm pretty much packed up. So we'll see what that means when I get there. I will say that one of my friend's kids who just finished their first year at college a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
had also said that they were pretty much packed up. And then my friend and the kid's dad arrived and found that to not be the case.
Yes.
That it was less packed than more packed.
Yes. Wait,
That it
did
was
we
in
talk about
fact
this on
you and
we talked about
or
it in
did-
person?
I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we talked about it on this podcast. But anyway,
Anyway,
so we don't
'cause
need to get
I
into
was telling you that I have a friend that works like refreshing dorm rooms, like spiffing up dorm rooms, the paint and stuff after they're empty. And he told me that kids fully just leave every single thing. Like they just walk out with their backpack and leave every single thing in the dorm rooms and don't pack
I
a thing
guess.
home.
It's funny, like I didn't have my parents, not for nothing. My parents didn't move me into my dorm room at college, and they did not move me out. My parents helped me pack my Honda Civic SI,
Yeah.
and they said, so long. Enjoy. Have a great first year at college.
It's a
And
whole
then
it's a
I
thing
packed
now.
that Honda Civic SI myself, and I probably left a fair amount back in that dorm room.
Let me ask you this. Because, okay, we helped Eli set up his dorm room, took a cute picture of him sitting on his bed, and then we left. I don't know where any of that shit went, including a very expensive Vornado fan that we bought him because that dorm room was hot. I don't know where that fan went, but I wish I knew because I did like that fan. And we did spring for like the name brand Vornado fan at the time. But do you think if, like all things being equal, if Instagram had existed when you were of college age, do you think your mom would have been like, let me help her move in and take like that for posterity, like that picture?
There's literally no way to know.
I sometimes
We would all be
wonder. I
different- we would
wonder
be
if I'm
different
like,
people.
is that why? Like,
You didn't do that for Eli because of that, did you? Maybe.
no, but I mean, like, I think that Instagram has reminded me how important it is to document important moments in like both a positive and a negative way.
To be fair, Emily Beebe did come with me
Okay. Yeah.
to move me in
Yeah.
because she didn't have to go back to Wesleyan for like a week or two. She was like, she had a longer break or something.
Okay.
And she was, she's a year older than me in school.
Yeah.
So she was like, so she drove with me. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I told my parents I didn't want them to come. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think my generation, your generation, and even into Eli's generation, I think like he grudgingly posed for that picture and like did it for me. But I think more the attitude was like, I got this. I got it. Like I don't need.
Also, I do want to say I am the younger child.
Yeah.
They did move. They did take my sister to college when
Okay.
she went. Like fully 4 years. Leanne's quite a bit older than me. Like, so 4 years before they had done it. And I think then it just felt like, I don't know, I was just a different kid. I was so independent.
Yeah.
And like, so just like, yeah, no, I'm fine. And I think Emily, I'm pretty sure, here's what I'm going to say. I'm revising the history as I'm talking to you. I feel like I bet that I said, don't worry about it, guys. I got it. I don't want you to come. Emily actually can come with me.
Yeah.
Just let's pack up my car bye. I'm
And they
pretty
took
sure
your
that's
word
what
for
happened.
it. They trusted
Sure.
you.
Sure. I
They
bet
were
that's
like-
what happened.
They were like,
I don't know.
Nothing wild's
Who
going to
can
happen.
remember?
Now I see.
Who knows anything?
Now
And
I
I'm not, and by the way, I never in a million years, first of all, my parents, doesn't matter if it's whatever the time of that, if their Instagram had existed or whatever, it doesn't matter. There's no way my parents would have ever paid for like some fancy dorm room thing. No, like those
Right.
people that like do that fancy.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
We couldn't have
right.
afforded. No, we couldn't have afforded it. That's not who my parents. No, and it's not who my parents are. And like, there's no fucking way. That is like they bought a bed and a bag for me.
That's it.
I had like a Target gift card or something,
Yeah.
and I had like an American Express card for emergency purposes
Yes.
only. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was it.
Yes.
So, no, that was like, there's no way that they would have like done my dorm fancy.
Yeah.
No.
It's also interesting to me. Yeah, now dorm rooms are so fancy. And then I have friends whose kids are moving into like the sorority houses, particularly sorority houses. Those rooms are so fancy and so like highly decorated. And that's a whole other thing. But I am like, as much as like sometimes I'm like, what am I doing on Instagram? I am glad that Instagram has reminded me to take a picture of a moment that I definitely want to remember, but also like I bet my kid was like, "Oh my God, please get out of here with this." I'm sure he was just dying for us to get out of that dorm room.
Hungry root. Hungry root. Is that good?
That's good. I like it.
Do you know what I want to say?
What?
Oh my God, having 2 children home for the summer. Jesus. I'm sorry. It sounds like a lot.
It's going to be a lot.
I know. And I'm not the best at the like shopping and the planning and the cooking.
Well,
But
lucky for you.
Lucky for me. Hungry Root can take all of that off my plate and just put like delicious food onto it. Is that a good?
That was good. That was good.
Hungry Root, guys, takes the stress out of mealtime by filling your cart with personalized picks and planning your week of meals. And they get smarter with every order. They've got over 15,000 quick recipes shipped each week. Lots of them are ready in just 15 minutes or less. And they've got a very wide grocery selection, including smoothies and kids' snacks and sweets and salad kits and ready-to-eat meals and supplements. And it is very easy for you to find options that fit your whole family's tastes and nutrition goals. Listen, Hungry Root helps you eat well and reach your diet and health goals, whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, high-protein, focused on gut health, or anything else that you're like interested in. You take a quiz. I love a quiz.
Yes.
I love it when there's a quiz. You know why?
Why?
Because I answer truthfully and then they know what I want. And that's what happens with Hungry Root. They have a smart cart technology and it recommends groceries and recipes and supplements that are tailored to your tastes and your needs. It's like having a personal shopper and also a chef all in one. So you can spend less time planning and shopping and like fretting over what the heck you're going to eat tonight, and more time doing what you love, which I don't know your life, but I imagine you have lots of other things that you love to do. Also, Hungry Root helps you save by reducing food waste, avoiding impulse grocery buys, which is always my problem because I just go to the grocery store hungry when I go, and then I'm like buying weird things that I never eat.
Exactly.
And skipping last-minute restaurant takeout because the stuff is so easy to make and they make it so doable for you. Anyway, they also have their best price program, and that ensures you get great value on over 100 popular products. And with our offer, you get a free item like a premium protein or a veggie or a sweet treat in every box for life. Hungry Root holds all of its food to the highest standards, screening out over 200 additives, including high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. And they source only high-quality meat and seafood with no hormones or antibiotics. They offer organic produce and non-GMO options, and they carry trusted health brands like Oatly and Vital Farms and Ithaca Hummus and Harmless Harvest and many, 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 many more.
Amazing.
Guys, we love Hungry Root. You got to take advantage of our exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/busy and use code BUSY. That's hungryroot.com/busy, code BUSY, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/busy, code BUSY. Ugh, Thrive Cosmetics, the best in the world. I really do love that Thrive Cosmetics, I have to say.
It's all
You know
I
we do.
use.
It's all we use, guys. Whether you're just like a simple mascara and lip gloss kind of gal, or you like to play it up, different colors, doing the thing. There's like definitely a way that you can have your trusty fave and you can use it in every look. Thrive Cosmetics makes 100% certified vegan and cruelty-free products that you can depend on for everything from daily wear to show-stopping self-expression. And it's all skin-loving ingredients, clean, high-performance, trademarked formulas, uncompromising standards. Guys, I also love that Thrive Cosmetics donates products and funds to help communities thrive. That is in the name, Thrive Cosmetics, C-A-U-S-E, Medics.
It's right
They've
there.
donated over $150 million worth of product and cash funds to over 600 giving partners.
That's incredible.
Across the United States. Like, their donations support 8 major causes, including people affected by cancer, homelessness, domestic abuse, and more, reaching individuals from all walks of life. Thrive Cosmetics' transformative impact is made possible through the support of their wonderful customers like us. I am a wonderful customer, and you should be too if you're not already. Get the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. It is vegan. It is a tubing mascara. It's got over 40,000 5-star reviews. There are now 6 shades that you can get it in, like color, which is so fun.
I have them all.
Yeah, I do too, actually. And they make your lashes look like extensions by lengthening and defining them from root to tip. You liked what I looked like at the Tony Awards after parties? Guess what? Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. I didn't have one fake eyelash on myself. It was just that mascara, honey. And at the end of the night, easy removal. I don't have to use like a special eye makeup remover, which I used to have to like scrub my eyes to get waterproof mascara off. No. This doesn't move. This mascara doesn't move. And then at the end of the night, I just like use warm water and it just comes right off. And it's so good. My eyelashes are healthier now since I've been using this the last few years. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Also, the Brilliant Eye Brightener, guys. It's an eyeshadow highlighter stick. I use it daily. I use it every day. They have different metallic shades, and that makes it easy to use a smoky eye. It's very buildable. And then it also, if you just want like a very easy daytime look, you can just use the like lighter metallic-y shade. You can put it like just in the corner of your eyes. Sometimes I use it as a highlighter on my cheek as well, which is what I did Tony night.
Same.
Guys, try all of your new trusty favorites with an exclusive set for you, our listeners. New customers can get the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara and a mini-size Brilliant Eye Brightener at a special set price with free shipping at thrivecosmetics.com/best. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/best.
We love you, Thrive.
We love you, Thrive. Do you want to talk about the insanity of Donald Trump?
Oh my God.
Should we take a picture of that?
Here's the thing. He's insane. This we know.
This
no
is
surprise.
insane. It's all a fucking distraction. I mean, please.
Here's what is insane to me. I don't know why I had the time to get into it with people that live everywhere else in the country telling me about what's happening in LA. Friends of people who are sending me pictures that A, aren't from LA, B, aren't from this year, let alone.
Oh my God. The pictures from 2020.
This week.
I can't.
Yeah. And people are like, your city's burning down. They're blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, here's a clip of these people destroying their own official vehicles. What do you think of that? Smashing in their own windshields. I mean, what's that about? There's literally it's a couple blocks downtown in LA where people are being peaceful. And always, there's going to be a couple people that get out of line. Who are those people? Are they citizens? Are they working together with maybe people who want to make it look worse than it really is?
Oh, I wonder.
I wonder about that. And, I've been seeing people dancing. I've been seeing people passing out sunscreen and water to each other. I mean, I just went out yesterday. Like I said, I got my teeth cleaned and then we drove around and did errands all over this very big city of ours. And trust me, if there was drama, I'd be reporting on the drama. You guys all followed every update that I made about the very real fires as they were very really happening, And I'm not saying that the situation won't get worse, especially when more and more troops are supposedly being sent here, Marines.
Well, the chaos is ICE. I mean, the chaos is what they're doing, which is that, this motherfucker said that, the lie that he ran on that our country was being overtaken by the gang members and drug smugglers and rapists, which is just not accurate. And that they were going to, within his first, what did he say?
100 days.
100 days, they were going to deport how many people? It was right? 100,000 people or something like that?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the promise was?
Right.
To the base? To their base?
Right.
The base. And so, unable to do that, they're not. This is the other thing. Good Lord, if ICE were the superheroes that the Trump administration wanted people to believe they are, and they were actually getting horrendous criminals that had infiltrated our country out. My God, wouldn't that be incredible?
I think we'd all be I hate to say this, but you got to hand it to him.
Wow, he really found that person who is responsible for the slaughter of hundreds of thousands of people. What are they fucking talking about? They've been fear-mongering and trying to point to a thing that's not a fucking thing, but they, because of their fucking tiny little penises and egos and whatever else, so now they're just busting into elementary schools and apartment buildings and, whatever. We've just been watching it for the last 2 months.
Right.
And they've decided to escalate things in Los Angeles because honestly, Trump is a fucking cocksucking baby motherfucker. That's it. He's just a little tiny fucking person. And by the way, Elon Musk, this whole fucking shit with Elon Musk didn't help anything.
Right.
Because
it just made him more
mad.
Yes.
He's been agitated even further.
And then
and
Stephen Miller and Elon Musk are fighting over the wife.
I mean, it's just these people are unhinged in such a wild way. And they're literally going after entire peaceful working communities of humans
Right.
that are living and working and not doing fuck all to anyone else. Like watching this thing, I don't even know what city it's in, what city they were in, but this woman with her 4-year-old daughter that has this medical condition that she can only get treatment here in the
Right.
United States.
Right.
And they're literally going to deport a 4-year-old who she and her mother were approved to be in the country for her to receive emergency medical care. She will die if she gets sent back to their country of origin. And like,
They don't care.
This is what these people voted for? You voted for this? This is what you voted for.
Well, this
I
is
know
what
what-
I'm
I know
saying.
I'm,
Like, I don't.
Preaching to the choir. I know. It's like, whatever.
This is what I'm
But-
saying. I'm saying, like, the insanity, the chaos, that was promised. That was all. I won't even say all but promised. I think it was flat out promised to everyone. If you didn't hear it, if you didn't want to hear it, that's one thing. So like, I even, people that are saying like, I didn't vote for this, I didn't want this to happen. I'm like, well, you did vote for this. Like but okay, you didn't hear it. Your ears weren't open to it. You didn't understand what you were hearing, but now you understand. And so like, I applaud people for saying that. Who I really, really, really have a problem with is people that twist themselves into knots to say why this is okay. Because they're going to say, well, what did that little girl must have, why should we, it has to be something. And I'm like, no, it's not something. They're telling you over and over and over again, example after example of people indiscriminately being scooped up off the streets, people that were born here, people who are documented, people who
went through the right avenues, as some of these motherfuckers are trying to say.
exactly.
Like, well,
people who
I
are
have
here
no
on
problem.
vacation have been
Oh my
scooped
God.
up.
How about that woman in Times Square?
Yeah. So like
just a tourist, and then her 11-year-old daughter
Right.
is like left
alone.
in Times Square.
Right. Like vulnerable to all of the things that you are trying to make us terrified of that aren't actually really happening. But like, if you were really concerned about the safety of people, you don't leave an 11-year-old in. It's just, those are the people that I am most disappointed and disgusted by. People who
Also, it's just like, yes, sorry. Go
no,
on.
just people who are like, I will dig deep and find any justification for this fucking craziness that like my grandfather fucking died fighting against in whatever war. But like somehow I got here to where no matter what this guy does, no matter what this reality show team of clowns come up with to just trot out to distract from any other issues, just to throw red meat to the base. I am so disgusted by people who are just like, listen to what I'm going to say to justify this. And I'm like, by the way, all you motherfuckers, you did not care about the safety of anyone on January 6th. You didn't care about the safety of legitimately anyone except for your Lord and Savior.
No.
That false idol who's just melts down every fucking day.
Every turn, this guy.
And picks as his right hand a guy who also melts down in a different direction every day. And then, and now they're fighting. My guess is like, what do we think? What's the
Not to mention like the fucking alcoholic Pete Hegseth, which like, by the way, guys, nothing against alcoholism. If you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you like shouldn't be an active alcoholic probably in charge of,
you shouldn't give a press conference with an actual drink in your hand.
Yeah, probably not.
Like at least try to hide it. I don't know. Yeah, it's a real mess. And
But it's also like, it's obviously terrifying. Like,
It's
because
terrorism.
I feel, because it's terrorism. And I'm so like, what do we do? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do?
Right.
What do we do to protect people? What do we do to protect the most vulnerable? What, like, how can we, because this does feel like it is, authoritarianism and like, what do we do? I mean,
Right.
that Maxine Waters video was fucking crazy. Her
Right.
being denied entry to check on David, what's his name, who was arrested, who was actually released earlier today. But
Yeah, I mean, he's saying Donald Trump said that our governor, Gavin Newsom, should be arrested for running for governor.
Right.
And our Supreme Court is just like, okay. I guess he can, like, none of it matters. I guess that's okay. If we're to learn any lesson from this, is that they are doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
So when you're saying, what should we do to protect people? I guess we should just do whatever we think is right and whatever we want. Because, like, you're like, okay, but we have to act within the bounds of the law or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, I don't think, wait, by the way, I don't think we do.
Right.
I just am like, how do we do it? All do it. How do we not get thrown in jail?
Well, I mean, we could. They could send someone to our houses tomorrow as soon as this podcast drops for talking about it like this. Like, they could, even though our free speech is protected and, we're not inciting violence. We're not saying anything about anything other than like our political opinions, but we don't have a president anymore. We have a king. We have a fascist dictator. And so they could send someone. But by the way, had we not said any of this, they could also have sent someone tomorrow for whatever.
That's the truth, right?
So I guess.
For whatever fucking reason they want.
Right. I guess the point is, like, we can't fear what could happen because it's happening, and it really could happen. So, like, what do I want to say at the end of the day? That I did the right thing, that I did what I thought was right, and, like, where those chips fall, I have no control over, but...
Right, because we can't control any of this shit.
Right. I'm just curious. I'm curious about, like, what is it? Like, what is it about this moment that makes them so desperate to get us to, like, stare at this photo of, like, one smoke bomb going off in downtown LA or one Waymo car? As I told someone, a friend of, like, someone on Facebook, because as I said yesterday, I had the time and I wasted my time trying to, like, have a discussion with someone that is, if Trump, like, cracked open a bottle of baby blood and drank it on camera, they'd be like, well, here's the reason why that's a smart move. Like, it's just insane trying to talk to some of these people. I just wonder. I wonder what is the urgency.
Cracked open a bottle of baby blood is. Sort of like,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that's why I was like, I think the Elon Musk thing and him saying the Jeffrey Epstein thing had something to do with him going off the rails.
And saying that he couldn't have won the election without him. Well, right. I think he's hinting at something that I think a lot of people have sort of, and believe me, I think it's like the perfect fucking crime too, since I'm getting picked up tomorrow by whoever, by the feds for saying what I think. This is what I think. I think that they talked about how the election was rigged every day from the election of 2020. When it obviously wasn't rigged. In fact, if you could say it was rigged in a way, here's what I'll say. It was the pandemic. Most of the voting happened on paper ballots via mail. So it was rigged in a way to be more honest and harder to hack. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it was harder to hack because there was nothing electronic.
There was nothing to hack. So the actual votes got counted.
Correct.
And so they said every day, it was rigged, it was rigged, it was rigged, so that we would say, you're crazy, that's a conspiracy theory, stop saying that, stop saying it was rigged. Knowing full well that the intention would be in the future to rig an election, and then as soon as anyone
questioned it,
say, that's crazy, that's a conspiracy theory, stop saying it was rigged.
Yeah.
But I think that
I'm with you.
I think that a number of times they've all but said that it was hacked and rigged. And here's what I'm saying. Do I pay attention to this stuff? Yes. And like stuff on the internet, who knows? Like, well, we have that phrase, do your own research, whatever, whatever. I know that I have seen statistician after statistician say this is a statistical impossibility, the way that this election was supposedly won. It is statistically impossible. It's like 1 million times unlikely that this would have ever happened. And I'm like, am I a statistician? No. Do I look into these people and do they seem legitimate? Sort of, but like there's not a lot of press about statisticians. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of track record. They're not like, we're not talking, you don't win a fucking Tony or Oscar for doing good statisticianing, Like, so what is there to say about anyone other than, So I'm like, I'm just going on my gut plus people that seem kind of trustworthy that keep banging the drum. Even though it probably doesn't do them any favors in the long run, it probably doesn't help them in their careers. And I'm sure they're getting death threats daily saying, like, stop talking about this. You're lying. You're lying. And there are people that are just like, there's no way that this could have happened.
Right.
And Trump and Elon Musk have said it a number of times. Like, they've made little winking references to it. Anything can be hacked. Elon helped with the computers. Elon knew 4 hours before they called the election who was going to win. Now Elon's saying that Trump couldn't have won without him, blah, 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 blah. And I just feel like once he said that, that's what I felt like really got Donald Trump like very worked up. And suddenly the National Guard's being sent to Los Angeles to
distract.
I don't know what the fuck I mean, it's a huge distraction. All I can say is like right now, knock wood, nothing really going on in LA. I do have a friend that literally lives in an apartment overlooking the same fucking 3 pictures that you keep seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And she did say that the flashbangs of like, which people don't have those, like people that are, sent to protect and serve have those. The flashbangs were like all night, and just one, every time you calmed down from one, another one would go off, but there wasn't really anything happening to warrant it or to, or to even see. So I don't fucking know. But like then I see people posting on Facebook like blocks of buildings and businesses were burned down. And I'm like, no, that didn't happen. No. It couldn't happen because then, the whole city would catch on fire again. And don't give them any ideas, please, But yeah. And I just find it strange that every time there is a protest, like, I'm sure there are bad actors. I'm sure there are. But I think, like, the acuity of bad actors that sort of, like, just enter into any people, when people protest, they're just regular people like you and me. They don't know what they're doing. They're not professional fucking protesters. They're just doing what they saw to
Right.
do on some meme they saw on Instagram or whatever. Like, so for someone to get in and drop a pallet of bricks in the middle of the street suddenly so that there's like a tempting pile of weapons for people, like they wouldn't let a regular person do that.
Right.
You're not allowed to just drop off a pallet of bricks in downtown LA. You know, you're not, it would be very hard with that amount of like security presence to set something on fire
Right.
unless they wanted to let you set something on fire.
Right.
Because like you can't even say a slogan without getting taken down and put in cuffs. So how are you setting whole things on fire? You know?
Right.
So it's kind of curious. And I just feel like, well, what is it? Like, what is the urgency in this moment that we have to like handcuff moms and children and like that people that are residents and people that were born here, especially when like they're changing all these rules so that like anchor babies, so-called anchor babies are like subject to these like deportation rules at times.
Right.
Most of Donald Trump's children are anchor babies.
Well, 100% right. That's for sure.
And his wife is an immigrant.
All right.
So like what this is what I'm saying when hypocrisy, right, is like, you know, I'm sure you know this from like knowing about having ADHD, because you have ADHD, this like sense of justice. That's what they always talk about.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, having this sense of justice. And I'm like, I don't think I'm exactly that, because I think that I'm fairly cynical about justice. I think that justice, like, would I love for everyone to have justice? Yes. Do I ever expect it to happen? Probably not. But what really does get me like as fired up as like people feel about justice is hypocrisy, because I'm like, don't fucking lie to me about why one thing is such a dire emergency, but like when the shoe's on the other foot, it's perfectly fine and meaning
Right.
like don't lie about that. Just say what it is. You know? And so if you're not afraid of your own children and your own wife, then what's all this about? What are we doing? And by the way, I'm not saying he should be afraid of his own children and his wife. That would be ridiculous. So is what's happening. It's
what happened? Yes. It's ridiculous.
Yes. Anyway, I'm going to jail now.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
I mean,
Ice, do you listen to this podcast? Stop.
Stop listening. Stop listening to the podcast.
Stop listening to this
Stop
podcast?
doing what you're doing.
Or alternatively, just stop being Ice.
Stop doing it. Guys, stop doing it.
How can you live with yourselves, honestly?
How the fuck can you live with yourselves? If your dog could talk, honey, they'd be asking for Ollie. They really would. It's a full-body tail wag. The excited little hops. They'd be very excited to get into that food. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition and 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for picky eaters. It's made in U.S. kitchens with the highest quality human-grade ingredients. Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food. And here's the thing. Healthier food means a very happier dog. You know I know it. You know I know it.
Yes.
More energy, shinier coats, better poops. That's what I'm all about this week with this dog. And myself, to be honest, but the dog is getting the Ollie, not me. And more excitement at mealtime.
Yeah.
They've got 5 protein-packed recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes or fresh turkey with blueberries. The pickiest eaters can't resist. You might think, dang, my dog is eating better than I do. And that might be true when it comes to Ollie, guys. It just might be True.
My
So
girls
here-
have allergies to certain things. So the thing that I love about Ollie, like you were just saying, fresh beef with sweet potatoes or fresh turkey and blueberries, I know what's in it. So I'm able to pinpoint like, oh, this is good for them. They're good to go. Because the worst thing is when I'm feeding them, thinking that I'm doing them a favor, giving them this nice food, and then it turns out that it has something in it that they're allergic to, and they're itching their little skin. So
that
bless
is the
Ollie
worst.
because, I just want to feed them something where they can eat it and feel good after.
And what you do is you fill out, guess what we love? A quiz. You fill out a quiz. You take a quiz. It's 30 seconds, guys. It's not going to take you no time. You fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz, and they're going to create a customized meal plan based on your dog's weight, activity level, other health info like allergies.
Right.
And then for any first timers, Ollie sends your pup's first box with 2 weeks worth of meals, a free storage container for mess-free serving, and a guide of how to gradually switch them over to their new diet. And you're going to see benefits immediately. They will be excited to eat. They will have a shinier coat. They will have solid, easy to pick up poops. Guys, 1 to 2 months on Ollie can help dogs reach a healthy weight. So if your dog is struggling with that winter weight, I'm just saying, you might want to do it. You might want to make the switch. You're going to want to make the switch to Ollie. Ollie offers 3 meal plans to choose from. You can choose between a full fresh plan, a fresh topper plan, or a mixed plan with their freshly baked recipes for your little fur baby. They also have treats and supplements, guys.
Aww.
Ollie is the only fresh dog food that comes with unlimited routine health screening, so you can get your pup on track to living their healthiest, happiest life. And that's what we want for all of our dogs. That is it. Dogs deserve the best. And that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/best. Tell them all about your dog. Use the code BEST to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you're going to get your money back. That's ollie.com/best and enter code BEST to get 60% off your first box. Euphoria. Euphoria, euphoria, euphoria. Guys, euphoria. We love euphoria. Euphoria has been one of our longest advertisers.
Day one.
What? Day one. Are they a day one?
I think
so.
they
are.
Yeah.
I think they're a day one. And you know why I think they still do so well? Because I still order from them.
Same.
I'm not kidding. I really do. I order from Euphoria because honestly, I keep it stashed. I think it's a great gift.
Yes.
For friends, because here's what it is. If you don't know, if you haven't been paying attention, if you haven't listened to an ad ever, Euphoria makes incredible products that help you have better, more pleasurable sexual experiences. A lot of people think you know what, I'm good. I don't need any help in the bedroom. And I'm not saying you do, but I am saying that Euphoria has created products that were designed to naturally enhance sexual pleasure and give you access to bigger and better orgasms. First of all, they've got Awaken Arousal Oil. It's like a juicy warm-up, helps you get turned on, increasing your pleasure, deepening orgasms, increasing your connection with your partner. Awaken uses CBD and warming, sensation-inducing organic botanicals that enhance arousal and sensitivity and access to orgasm and overall pleasure. Overall pleasure, guys. Best of all, Awaken just turns you on. And Euphoria is proven to work based on a consumer perception study conducted by Citrus Labs. 92% of people felt more aroused. 92% reached orgasm. Come on, those are good odds.
That's an A.
In addition to the Awaken Arousal Oil, there's also the Pleasure Set, which has all 3 of Euphoria's best-selling intimacy products, which is the Arousal Oil, the Sex Oil, and the Intimacy Melts. Intimacy Melts, that go inside, and then you can experience deep internal waves of pleasure, and sex oil lubricates during sex and creates a very juicy experience for both of you. Guys, it's a magic combo that creates the ultimate sexual experience and is going to take your connection with your partner to the next level. Foria is here to help you have really good sex and more of it. You know, the kind that makes you feel nourished and fully alive. And all of their products are all natural and organic formulas for your most intimate needs. Foria has a very serious cult following with hundreds of thousands of people who've had their sex lives literally transformed through using their products. Their products are made to help couples deepen their connection and fully experience their sexual pleasure or enjoy it on your own. That's also, you know, an option for anyone.
I'm in the
Always.
cult.
We're all in the cult. So yes, you have our permission to try this. We fully endorse you to go ahead and treat yourself and your partner or just you. Or buy it for a friend. Experience your juiciest and deepest sensual experience with a bottle of Foria. Foria is offering you, our listener, a special deal. Get 20% off your first order by visiting foriawellness.com/best or use code BEST at the checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/best for 20% off your first order. We recommend trying Awaken or their Pleasure Set with all 3 of their best sellers. You're going to thank us later. That Wyatt Russell thing was incredible.
It's not Wyatt Russell. Everyone thinks
isn't?
it is him, and it does look a lot like him, but it's another man.
They figured
I saw
out who
him
he
named.
was?
But yes, that was
Okay.
incredible. Just a protester.
Well, I thought because I saw that it was him, but I guess it's not him.
Somebody, I want to get his name because it was very cool. But yeah, that was really like, you know, that gave me a great deal of hope. And also, like, I think that the amount of National Guard that they said that they were sending here, it never added up to that. And my hope is that because some people were like, yeah, I'm not reporting for that duty, you know? Like,
I saw like some Marine guy on Instagram, like this Marine who was like, this is insane. No, this is like antithetical to like what our oath is.
Right.
I would never report for this. I couldn't because it's against the Constitution.
Right.
Which it is. And like, that's who we take the oath to, not
Right.
this guy just deciding to do whatever the fuck he wants to do because we don't know why. You're right, Caissie. We don't know why.
Right.
We don't know why. I wonder if we'll find out.
I am happy for Wyatt Russell that, like, in a way, he'll get credit for what this guy is saying because I think he's a good actor. And I think that he's the son of Kurt Russell.
He is a good actor.
He is a good actor. Do you know him?
Well, he's with Meredith Hagner, right?
Oh, I don't know. These are
Don't they
all
have babies
good
together?
questions.
I think they're married.
Do you know? Oh my gosh.
I mean, I remember him when he was like a little kid because I'm friends with Ollie.
Right. Ollie's also a good actor too.
They're all good.
Kate, all good. They're all good. I love Ollie. I think he's very funny.
I do too.
But he's not
Yeah,
getting
she's
any
married
of the
to Wyatt
credit.
Russell. Yeah. Meredith Hagner.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And they have like 2 or 3 kids, I think.
Yeah. Anyway,
And
this
she's
guy, whatever
so
his name is, I'm still
cute.
looking. That is not Wyatt Russell.
But people were saying it was Wyatt Russell.
But people were saying it was Wyatt Russell. So good for him because he's a good-looking dude. Was saying, you're on the wrong side of history. You should be standing here with us. You took an oath to the Constitution, not the fascists in the White House. He's laughing at you. You're tough behind your masks and fatigues, but how do you feel on the inside? Pretty cool.
I love it. Yeah.
Aaron Fisher is the person's name. This was confirmed
Aaron Fisher.
by the person who filmed the video, Aaron Fisher. So good for Aaron Fisher for being brave. And also, by the way, like, you know, He's a white guy, clearly using his white guy powers for good, which is good. Yeah, so there's that. But like, truly, I can't express to people how big Los Angeles is and how small this little spot of like conflict is that's happening. Like, and it's not even conflict really. It really, truly has looked like, if you look at clips on TikTok and Instagram, it looks like a production, you know? Which is insane, I know. I'm not discounting the realness of it for the people that are there, but like literally to like shoot a reporter with a rubber bullet like while she's doing a stand-up or whatever.
That is insane. That was insane.
And to arrest a reporter from CNN. Like they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And to threaten to arrest our governor and you know, who like I'm not Gavin Newsom's girlfriend. Like I realize he gets a big eye roll from me on many days.
Yeah.
But
yes.
But you know, he shouldn't be threatened with arrest. Anyway, yesterday I posted because I got in the car, neighborhood quiet as can be.
Oh yeah,
and there was like a giant bird shit on my windshield. And so like I posted jokingly, oh no, like terrible vandals have like terrorist vandals have fucked up my car or whatever. So many people thought it was real. And I was just like, guys, like they're all like, oh my God.
Very clearly a bird shit.
Yes. And people are like, be safe. A friend of mine was like, I thought that was a bullet hole. And I was like, made of bird shit? Like, everybody needs to turn off their TVs if they're not in Los Angeles. Like, I'm telling you, everybody knows somebody that lives in Los Angeles. Just ask them what's going on, what's happening in your city. Like, you know, so then I was like, whatever. But one person, Busy, you're so right never to check your DMs. I'm not gonna name this person, but this person wrote to me about like making a joke about a bird shit on my windshield. This person says that they're a comedian. I don't know who they are. So disappointing to make a bird poop joke out of a protest that is protecting human lives against aggressive presidential action not seen in over 60 years. This is so grossly privileged and tone deaf. I would have believed you knew better. Be better. And I was like, never get in my DMs again, you foolish, foolish person. Like, what?
What?
That person lost the thread.
They lost the thread.
They lost the thread of that I was making fun of. It was a peaceful protest. There was no need to send in the National Guard. That comedian lost the thread about how you can make a joke. But I get it. Some people don't get sarcasm. And I guess, like I said, a lot of people really legitimately thought that bird shit on my windshield was a bullet hole. So, like, I get how people would be confused. But what I don't get is if you liked me enough to be following me, I would think that you would know who I am a little bit and, like, maybe not come in so hot, maybe say, I'm confused by this. It seems like you're saying something that makes me feel bad. Could you explain it? Or whatever. And not be like, be better. I'm gonna say
be best.
I would like people who say be better to be cuffed for no reason. Just
I would too.
For
fun.
I think
that's right.
Just, you know, for saying be better.
I think that's fair.
And like we'll let them go, obviously.
Yeah. After a few days.
But if you say do better or be better to anyone, I zip tie them hands behind your back just for like 10 minutes. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you.
Anyway.
Anyone want a Gina update? You want a Gina update?
Yeah, how's Gina? What's happening with her?
She's great. She's just she's okay.
She was just constipated.
Well, she has a sprained paw still, or front elbow.
Oh
her front elbow's sprained still. and then she got the bee sting,
Right.
which we didn't talk about on the pod because that happened after the podcast. So she did have a bee sting. Her stomach, everything was all clear. She literally just, I needed to add like a lot of fiber to her diet. And
dogs have Mercury retrograde too.
She was just like she was just not having the best time. She had a rough week. She had a really rough week. The saddest was the bee sting because it was like 2 days after I had like started doing the fiber. And so she had been like, things had been moving along for her. And then, they gave me this like anti-inflammatory drug for her.
Yeah.
Like a dog Advil. And so like her sprained paw was feeling better. And then
she got smacked down by a bee.
She got fucking smacked down by that bee on the top of her back paw. When I tell you that she was like, she was so confused about what had happened. And she kept just like throwing herself to the ground.
Yes.
In pain, kind of. I think in pain and like confusion.
Yeah.
And then I had to like carry her part of the way to the vet from the water. And like, it was very dramatic. It was a very dramatic morning.
You remember when my dog ate a bee and she went into shock just because she was like so shocked that something had hurt her in that way?
Yeah.
It wasn't a reaction. And you know about my bee. Do you know? Yeah, I know I've told this story on the podcast. But like when I was a little kid, the first time I got stung by a bee, I was playing with my cousins in an abandoned truck on their property. And they both yelled, "Bees!" And they jumped out of the truck. I was wearing a yellow Star Wars shirt. And in those days, we believed that yellow attracted bees. Maybe it does. I don't fucking know. My cousins yelled "bees" and they jumped out of the truck. And I got stung by 3 bees. So they helped me out of the truck after I was stung, after they helped me get stung. They helped me out of the truck. They brought me to their grandmother. She picked out the stingers. She put toothpaste on my 3 bee stings. And she was like, I'm so sorry that the first time you ever got stung by a bee, you got stung by 3 bees. That's terrible. I was scared to death to go outside. She brought me home to my house where I lived with my grandmother. And after I stopped, I was literally shaking. I think, talk about going into shock, why I laugh at my poor dog going into shock over a bee sting. When I finally stopped shaking, my grandmother was like, "Will you go outside and get the mail?" And we lived in a rural area, so you had to walk outside and like walk down the road a little bit to get to the mailbox. And I was like, I'm still kind of scared to go outside because there's bees out there. And she was like, "Come on, just get it together." I went outside and made it halfway to the mailbox and was swarmed by bees because our neighbors were beekeepers and one of their fucking beehives blew over in the wind.
No.
And the husband, I guess, like, I don't know, he did the wrong thing. Anyway, the bees got angry. They swarmed me, a child. And when my grandmother saw me lying in the road covered, like she said that I was like covered in darkness because of how many bees were on me. And she went out to get me. And then our neighbor was saying, "Don't kill the bees. Don't kill." She also ran. She was like, "Those are our honeybees. Don't kill them." And so they got the bees off of me.
God, it's like a real My Girl situation.
It was, thank God I wasn't allergic, which I mean, would have been apparent when I got stung by the 3 bees earlier in the day. But Biz, when I tell you, my mom said that she counted and I had like well over 100 something bee stings all over me. They took me to the hospital, made sure I was okay. But when I tell you, I did not go out until after darkness for like a couple weeks after that because I didn't want to go outside at all. I was like perfectly fine becoming like a juvenile agoraphobic person. And then I think my dad finally like explained to me that bees don't really come out at night, so it was safe to go out after dark. But I would only go out after dark for a while after that. Yeah. Anyway, all this, long story long, I feel for Gina. I don't blame her for flinging herself to the ground in pain. Bees kind of suck. They got to get their shit together sometimes.
No, bees are the worst.
and not take their anger out on, a child in a Star Wars t-shirt.
I mean, you're lucky that weren't Macaulay Culkin.
Oh my God, thank God. So lucky. You also had a fun Tony night, it looked like.
Yeah, we had a really fun time. It was super fun. It was definitely like I just wasn't, I don't know. We kind of just decided, last minute almost that we were going to do it and go to the parties and stuff. And I thought the Tonys were really fun. We watched at my house. We were going to go watch at the O'Mary viewing party, but then felt like we had too many people. And we were just like, we'll just watch. And also, like, let's just watch and get ready so that we don't have to like be ready all night.
Right.
And it was so fun. And then we went to a bunch of parties and I'm still recovering. Clearly by the yawn. No, like I didn't get home until like almost, I don't know, like 4 or something in the morning, almost 5 in the morning. I know, it was crazy, but it was super fun. And I was just happy for everyone.
That's so exciting.
And it was nice. Yeah, it was really nice. It was like a really nice night.
Yeah.
To celebrate people in the theater. I got to see Sarah.
Sarah was amazing. Cole was the star of the night, I feel like.
Cole
and people
was
were
incredible. I was so happy that Cole brought Jeffrey.
Yes.
Known them both for so long. And I love that Cole, I just love that Cole brought their like old comedy partner, Jeffrey, self, my friend. And I loved their look. Iconic. And then, Renee and like all the Hamilton people.
Yeah. Incredible.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I thought Cynthia Erivo did such a beautiful job.
Yes. Really funny.
Just great.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just kind of like, I just thought it was all good. And I love that, like, I haven't seen Death Becomes Her yet, and I'm very excited to see it. But I know that, like, so much of the show is, like, the two women together. But I do think it was, like, very cool that they picked that song for the Tonys. Because just in this current climate,
yes,
I was happy that they did the Do It for the Gays song. Like at the start of Pride, and it's the Tonys, and like it just felt like perfect.
It was the right thing.
And then and Darren. Oh my gosh, I was so excited for Darren.
Yes.
It was just like I was just excited for everybody. But we had a really fun night. It was really fun. And now I'm feeling like I don't know. I'm already feeling stressed. I feel like summer's already over. Do you know what I
mean? It hasn't even really begun yet.
I know, but like I feel like I'm feeling stressed. So, because I'm feeling stressed about like getting to Sweden, getting back, and like, I don't know. And then, I've got like more travel coming up, and I'll be in LA for a little bit and with the kids because they have stuff there that Mark had set up before his job happened here. So now I have to be the one to go to LA, which that was not really the plan.
Right.
But we're going to just take one for the team. and anyway, I think it'll be good for me to be there. But I don't really know where I'm staying yet. And that's not great. It's not ideal. So I'm stressed about that. I have like this work thing that I need to finish and turn in like 2 days ago. So I'm going to try to do that today or tomorrow, finish it and do it. Ugh,
Yeah.
And then the world is burning to the ground.
Your summer is very scheduled and your nervous system is very overtaxed. I think that a lot of people can identify with that. I think that's relatable. It's
oh my God,
maybe.
And I think, isn't this Sunday Father's Day?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, because I'm going to like a girls' weekend, and
oh, that's fun.
I I don't think she'll care if I say it's my friend Ashley's birthday. And so she rented a place where we can just like use the pool and stuff and stay for the weekend. And then we're all like coordinating different meals or whatever. And I offered to do breakfast on Sunday. And I asked Matt, like, would you help me by delivering some things to the place on Sunday morning? And he was like, oh, yeah, of course. And then I was like, what do you want to do to celebrate Father's Day? And he was like, well, I'm bringing breakfast for some of your girlfriends. And I was like, oh, I didn't even really realize that it was the same
Oh my
day.
God, yes, it is.
But, yeah, Father's Day.
Yeah.
And it's like Mother's Day feels like it just happened, but apparently it was like almost a month ago now. So,
Definitely a month ago.
That just tells me how, like,
time flies when the world is on fire.
I mean, or also just like how unaware we are of like the passing of time. Like it's so, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It is
kind of crazy.
And I'm like, why do weeks go by so slowly? But I feel like every time I turn around, I have to do something that like, I'm like, I need a little time between things, but it's just, I don't know. Time is acting weird,
It is. And it's a full moon tomorrow.
I know. What's the deal with that full moon? Is it like going to help us or hurt us? What's that? I don't
know. I've been waiting for June 9th because that was apparently going to be the turning point for my astrological sign for everything to turn around.
Yeah.
I will say unclear as of right now.
Okay.
But I'm hopeful.
Okay.
That shit's going to turn around.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know. The 9th was no special day for me. I don't think that was in my astrological chart. I don't think anything was supposed to happen for me on the 9th. But I am trying to.
It is like for everybody. It was a transit.
Oh, it was. Okay.
That was the whole thing.
Got it.
It was some sort of transit.
Got it.
Yes.
I'm just trying to be like, okay, like here's what's good, like because the truth is like if I let myself get very overwhelmed by everything, I'll be like that bee-stung kid, scared to go out of the house and, and then only at nighttime or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm just trying to be like, okay, but what is good and like but man, it's hard and it's scary sometimes. Like you can really, really get like pulled under the undertowed, as the little kids always say. You can really get pulled under by everything that's scary, but like it's so weird at like how normal life still is. Like you still get your teeth cleaned, you still go to Tony parties, we had no choice. Doing work and still, whatever, editing the QVC show, and which there's a new episode tonight with Andrew Rannells. Please watch it 10 times.
Oh, watch it.
Please send it to everyone.
Please watch it.
Please.
Please send it to your friends.
And then I saw the cutest clip of Andrew Rannells, I think on TikTok, where he was like, a man yelled at him from a taxi, Andrew, good luck with your movie. And it was Tony Danza.
Stop it.
And then I was like so bummed that hadn't happened prior to him coming on the show. So if you don't hear Andrew Rannells telling the story about Tony Danza yelling good luck with your movie out of a taxi, it's because it hadn't happened.
Cricket went and saw it yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
And she loved it.
Oh, great.
Loved it. Thought it was so hilarious.
Aww.
And so good.
Oh, nice.
And I asked if I could go, and I was told no.
Oh, did she go with friends?
She went with her like babysitter. That's her friend. Hey, don't bite that. Hey, bee sting foot. Don't bite the bee sting foot. There's nothing there for you. You don't need to bite your bee sting foot. She's sitting on top of my trampoline, which is like her favorite thing to do.
Aww.
because it's like cool
Yeah,
underneath
it's
it.
cool. She's getting ventilation.
Yeah.
She's getting air
Yeah.
to all her ailments.
Thank you to everybody who like tried to give me some advice about Gina. I do need to probably get her some stairs for the bed.
Yeah. That's hard.
Little baby.
All
She's
those
a
little
baby.
dogs get bad elbows from jumping up and down.
Yeah, she's not, she's an
adult woman.
She is an adult. Well, she is. She's a middle-aged woman with tennis elbow and IBS.
Frozen shoulder,
And
all that.
She got frozen shoulder.
What are you doing
your best at? What are you doing your best? What? We just did it at the same time. We really did it at the same time.
We did it at the same time. Okay, what am I doing my best at? Oh, I wanted to clean my closets. That is normally the kind of thing that I will let it hang over my head for a month, 2 months maybe. And we just had time the other day, and I said to Matt, will you help me go through all of my closets and like see what fits me still, what doesn't fit, what needs repairing, et cetera, and I have to get rid of some things. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And I tried on every single thing in my closet, got rid of things that weren't really my style, things that I never wore, things that don't fit very well. And then made calls on other things that I'm going to like repair, keep in my rotation. And like we just took hours going through all of my clothes, which was so nice and generous of him. And I think he understood that it was like his presence gave me the will to continue on in a job that I probably would have quit like a quarter of the way through. And then once I had like tried everything on and separated everything, then I was like, now I have to hang all of this stuff back up. And he just started doing it for me, which was so nice. And I was just like, well, you shouldn't do it for me. And he was like, no, it's actually like, it's no problem. I don't mind doing it at all. I don't think that you do like doing it. So let me just hang all your stuff back up and you just tell me where it goes and I'll do it. And it was really great teamwork. It was great teamwork, but it was all in service of me and helping me get through a task that I would have put off for months. So I'm very grateful to Matt for that. And that's what I did my best at. I cleaned my closet.
I love that.
How about you?
Yes. What did I do my best at?
Oh, also, while you're thinking, I also got, with a lot of help, my mom's car brought over from the East Coast.
Finally!
And registered it and insured it. And like, all I have to say is like, there's a reason that they have so many posters up in the DMV that it's illegal to assault someone that works at the DMV.
Stop it.
They just don't want to let anyone live. They just don't want to let I'll give you a small snippet of the conversation. We had already done everything to register it and they like okayed it. They were like, you just need to get this smog check. And then you need to like refill out this form because you put the wrong date and then bring it back to us. It took us like a minute to get the smog check, to get an appointment and everything. So we had to come back on another day, wait in line another 2 hours, finally get this lady that's like, no. You have to register this car in Massachusetts and then transfer and we're like, I'm not a resident of Massachusetts. How could I register the car in Massachusetts?
No.
And then she's also, like, well, just get someone to do it for you.
Also, you asked.
What?
You asked.
Yes, 100%.
You already tried to register it in Massachusetts. Remember?
Yes.
I remember this whole thing.
Remember?
No. You were told.
Yeah. And then she was like, I have to go talk to my manager. And then she was arguing with her manager who was like, this is all done. It's all set. This is legal. It's all good. And she's like arguing with her. And I'm like, oh, they're just built to argue. They just, even when it could potentially endanger their position in the organization, they just can't stop arguing. And then she came back and she was like, my manager okayed it for you. And I was like, girl, I heard the whole conversation. It was always okay.
It was always okay. Your manager didn't okay. It was okay.
It was okay. We followed the many, many rules. We did it. It's a
Girl.
real journey.
Wait, that's wild.
Anyway,
Well, I'm proud of you for not losing your shit.
I didn't lose my shit, and Matt was like squeezing my arm the whole time, and the man next to us was losing his shit, and that helped me not lose my shit because I was like, that
Right.
doesn't look great. Like, he looks like the asshole, even though I'm 100% sure that he has every reason in the world. But all it made me think of is like, if English isn't your first language, if you are old, if you have any type of executive function disorder or whatever, like, they just do not give a fuck. And it's so hard. It's so hard for like a relatively functioning on top of it kind of person with someone at my side helping me. It was hard. So like if you have any other disadvantage trying to go through that process, I don't know how the fuck you do it. And hats off to all of you. Anyway, did I stall enough time for you to say what you're doing your best at?
No, I don't know. I'm just doing my best at like trying to just, I don't know, fucking live my life. I literally don't know. Caissie, I don't know. I think I'm doing my best at like trying to keep perspective on things, on everything. And I think I'm doing my best at like at remembering that no feeling is final. It'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll pass.
Yeah.
In fact, do you have to say, I was having a fucking moment.
Yeah.
A moment. I was having a moment yesterday. And I was crying on a bench. Jen was with me. But I was crying on a bench. And Andrew Scott walked by. Andrew Scott himself, hot priest.
Wow.
Walked past us. And Jen was like, well, I mean, and then there's that, Andrew Scott just walked past us. And she's like, maybe that's a sign. And I was like, oh, right, it is a sign. Because it'll pass.
Yeah.
Because it's the greatest last line of one of the greatest seasons of television ever.
Yeah.
I love you. It'll pass.
That was a good moment.
Well, I mean, the question is, do we believe him?
I do. And as you're saying this, I'm thinking, isn't it weird that like this feeling that you're having and waiting to pass, that you have probably been the feeling that someone else is waiting to have pass for them? Like, isn't that so? It's so wild. It's so wild. You know what I mean? Probably people that you don't even know.
I was going to say, I don't think I have, but
I bet I bet people have like, been stuck on you or, for whatever, for like professional or personal reasons. And like, you just never know. But, I think like sometimes we're having feelings where we're like, oh gosh, this person or this situation is like so hard to get over, But I'm like, you know what? You're hard to get over too. Like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like in a good way. Don't get over yourself. That's
the lesson.
Yeah. Like don't get over
I don't
yourself
know.
more than anything else. Because people are always so quick to be like, get over yourself. And I'm like, no, don't get over yourself. Love yourself as much as,
Anything.
everything else that you're trying so hard to get over. Because you're special.
Well, yeah. I do know that. I mean, I do feel that.
I know you do.
I think that I think I know it'll pass and it'll be nice when it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thankful that the hot priest was there in that moment while I was crying to remind me.
Did he notice you were crying?
He was on the phone, and also like it was the day after the Tony Awards, and I think we were all very tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a perfect moment.
I think, so I don't know. I don't know if he saw me crying or if, but it didn't matter. He was so close to us. Like we were sitting on this bench and he was so close to us. Like I could have like reached out and like touched him.
Yeah.
When he like walked past, but it didn't really matter if he saw me or not because we saw him. And I think that was
the sign.
The message.
You manifested him.
I think the message of Hot Priest was the enduring thing in that moment,
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, that was a really good line. Huh.
It was really good because it was just the perfect ending of the thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And and it was so deep.
Yes. In case you don't know, we're talking about Fleabag.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Which I think is one of the greatest seasons of television ever.
And
I really think it's like one of the best seasons of television of all time.
Yeah. And Andrew Scott played the hot priest and like so well that not only was the main character in love with him, everyone was in love with him.
Everyone in the world fell in love with him.
Yeah.
But I do just like, if you haven't watched season 2 of Fleabag, listen, did I ruin it? Did we ruin it a little just now? Maybe. But is it still worth it for you to jump in right now? Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Actually, don't even have to watch the first season if you don't want to.
No,
I
just
I recommend it. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. It's a hard recommend.
Yeah.
But also you could just jump. Maybe I'll just watch second season again. I mean, I have so much other shit I need to watch. But anyway, yeah.
Well, you can do it.
What I mostly need to do is finish my fucking work.
Yeah.
I have been doing good at that too. I've been doing my best at that, trying to finish that. Yeah, it's hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's hard for me because I hate writing.
Yeah.
But I love being done with writing.
You love having written.
I love having written. It is the cliche of all writers, which is that most writers hate writing, but love having written something.
And I'll go so far as to say I'm a little suspicious of people that claim they love writing.
I also am. I'm also suspicious of people who are like, write even when you don't want to. Like, ew, gross. No, why? Why would I do that? No, I can't. I'm not going to. You can't make me, and I'm not going to. I won't.
Oh
I have to want to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what good is it? Then it's just bad. If I do that, if I write when I don't want to, it's just bad. It's gibberish. It's bad, and I have to throw it all out. And then I've just wasted time that could have been spent doom scrolling on Instagram.
Right. I never even want to. The only time I can write is when I'm in danger of getting in trouble.
Well, that's actually. That's actually accurate.
I mean, I'm not saying that I never have fun. I'm not saying that it never comes out great. I'm just saying the possibility of getting in trouble has to exist in some way, whether it's like getting fired, not getting paid, getting lectured.
Yeah.
Something. I have to almost be in danger of getting in trouble to write anything.
No, I know. I actually just got a text no joke, 20 minutes ago from my producer. And she was like, hey, checking in on this, which is like, I know. I was supposed to send it to you. My goal was to send it before the Tonys. That was my goal. I was like, and I'll reward myself by going to the Tony parties when I'm done with this. But then I just didn't. Well, Mark needed I needed cricket. I needed to have cricket on Saturday because he had stuff to do. So then, so I was planning. I was like, I'm going to write on Saturday. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to go out to dinner with Mark because he just needed to talk about some stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out to dinner with Mark and then I'll come back and I'll write. But then I ended up having a martini. And then I got a text from my friend asking if I wanted to go see the band Sleigh Bells, which I loved that band. And I was like, that's at Webster Hall. And I was like, that sounds fun. And so then I did that. You know what I mean? Like it was an escalation.
Yeah.
I had all the best intentions. And then it just didn't work out. But now I'm almost done.
You'll get it done.
No. I mean, I have to, obviously. But like I wanted, it's so funny because I finished the pilot, the revision on the pilot, and turned it back in like on the plane to London for spring break.
Yeah.
So I do have a weird feeling that I'm going to like basically finish it tomorrow before I leave for Sweden.
Oh, there you go.
I think that's what I'm probably going to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, astrologically speaking, it's fine. It can go in any time at this point. But like I do I need to like actually just finish it and go through it and make sure that it's like there aren't typos and shit and blah. Oh,
All right. Well, we should wrap it up so that you can go finish and so you can pack.
Now Cricket's home. I don't have to pack. What am I going to, what am I doing in Sweden? It's all minimalist there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
just
bring,
one beige
a shirt
outfit.
and a sweater. Yeah, I'm literally was like, I'm gonna bring that beige cashmere sweater that I have and like a white shirt and like white jeans and like denim, and then we're good. Like a big denim thing. Yeah,
You're done. Perfect.
I think that's it. I could like also go shopping there if I need to, but I probably won't. Also, Birdie was like, bring a giant suitcase and only put a few things in it because I am probably going to need more space. I was like, girl, you have 4 giant suitcases there. She's like, I think I need a little bit more. And I was like, okay.
All right. Well, good luck. Godspeed.
Truly.
We'll talk to you all very soon.
Yeah, guys.
Signing off from Los Angeles, where, knock on wood, so far,
where honestly, everything's fine.
everyone is doing what they're supposed to do.
What?
And I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about with their bullshit about it.
Everyone's not fine, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
Like, whatever.
Yes. Everybody knows what you're saying. We give each other.
Do they?
We give each other the benefit of the doubt here, and we never say do better or be better because nuance. And we are not doing that. That is the propaganda I'm not falling for anymore.
Don't.
Like, if you know someone, then you know them, and, Anyway, we're just like, we're coasting on fumes here. I'm sure you are
we gotta
too.
go.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Please watch the QVC show with Andrew Rannells tonight. He's so fun. And we had such a good time with him. And
the best.
And we'll talk to you very soon. We love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh no.